welcome everyone to the Men of Doozy podcast.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and if you're wondering, what the heck does that mean? Well,
The name?
yeah.
Yeah, well, the name Doozy means something that is extraordinary, outstanding of its kind, Kirk.
And we are not that.
But dear Lord, we want to be so bad.
Exactly. So this is the podcast that we are going to give you the tools that you need to become successful in life.
And the best part is we're going to learn how to be successful while we're also teaching you how to be successful.
Makes sense to me.
There you go. I'm Alex Stubb.
And I am Kirk Kaz.
Kirk, what are we talking about today?
Well, it's
Is it love?
It's
Is it
along
sex?
those lines.
Is it passion?
You know
what
what?
is it?
It might be all of those.
Ooh.
For the second week of our February dating and relationship series, we're learning how to be in a relationship. How to share your life with somebody else and
that's special.
not kill one another, I
That's
guess.
special. But what makes this episode even more special is I've got my own flesh and blood here with me. Him and his lovely wife here. We have David and Rebecca Staub here live via Zoom here.
Welcome
to the show, everybody. Now, they've provided us with the top 5 tips on how to be in a relationship, okay? Because they've been in a relationship for, I don't know, how long? Forever? Since you were like...
20 years. We are
20
Wow,
years.
that's incredible.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've been
Well,
in...
stop. Have you ever been in a relationship?
Not for that long. not for that long. Not for that long.
Yeah.
No, I have not. Well, I've been in a relationship, but none that have lasted too long.
Lasted too long.
Yeah. No, I've been in a relationship more myself my whole life. So what about you?
Well, that's an important thing. I actually, we got a whole opposites thing going on because I have been in a lot of relationships, actually.
Okay.
I identify myself as a recovering serial monogamist. I've been single for 2 years, but 10 years before that, it was just off and on, like 4 or 5 different relationships.
Wow.
And
just straight through.
just straight, very few breaks in between. But
Wow.
yeah, it's so there's. I'm really interested in this topic because there's so much, I think, being in a relationship that you can learn about yourself.
Yeah.
And how
I want to learn.
you operate with other people, and how if you find somebody who can deal with your shit,
Right.
that's
Right.
lock it down.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, let's bring it over to you guys.
Yeah.
So when did you start being in a relationship? Tell us that story.
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Are you actually in a relationship?
Are you? Does he know?
It's real.
It's real. We've been married for 12 years, but we met in college. We were 20, and I honestly, my best friend flagged down Dave's car to give us a ride home. Like, we knew someone else in the car, so that's how we met.
It wasn't just a stranger. She wasn't just flagging down random cars. Okay, got you.
Okay.
That's how the horror movie starts off. For sure.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
One of my friends, I think, is in that
Think he's in
car.
that car. David's like, get in. I'll drive you home.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. I had the windows down. I had the tunes on.
Oh, yeah.
She was hanging out this sunroof. It was meant to be from day one.
Do you remember what music?
Very intoxicated.
No.
Like, what music was playing? Do you know if there was like?
No, oddly enough, I think we remember that it was Linkin Park.
I was just gonna say.
Yes.
Yo, Linkin Park for life.
Yeah.
I'm breaking
In the end, it doesn't even matter. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and that
I'm
was,
hooked.
All right, so you were a hitchhiker, and that's how you started dating?
It was all by chance.
Okay.
You're a bar, I think.
One of the
I don't know. It was a party or a bar. It was college, so.
What happened after that? So, you
Oh, well, I would say we moved quickly.
Yeah, you couldn't keep your hands off me.
I guess. Like, he was like, I'm going to call you. And I was like, okay. And then, like, he got my number that night. And then, like, he did call. So.
You got to follow through.
Yeah, so he called.
It's not a tip, but you got to follow through.
But we also had, like, a bunch of the same friends. So we would, like, meet up at the same party all the time. Like, that was the beginning of our dating life, so to say. But I would say, like you were saying, you were a serial monogamous. Like, Dave was pretty much, like, just out of a 3-year relationship. Right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. There was like one and a half.
Oh,
yes,
one year.
But I did jump right into another relationship
with yours truly.
And then, college was crazy. We ended up moving in together during college, our last year.
Like, I graduated early and he didn't yet, so I moved in with him because my housing was gone.
God bless the one roommate who.
I know. Actually, there was another roommate. So
we got a dog, and then we got an apartment, and then Rebecca moved to New York to fulfill her dream. We tried the long distance thing, and
it didn't work. So we had a little break there it was like 7 or 8 months. It wasn't major. And then we got back together, and it got like real, because by then we were like 25, 26.
I was gonna ask.
No offense, Alex.
Hey, wait, that's okay. I'm having a blast right now. I got no regrets for nothing.
That's so interesting because I
got my cat. Me and my cat are just taking on the world.
You're set.
Right now. Yeah, I'm good.
It's a bachelor pad here with Staub and OJ.
Yeah.
It's so interesting you say that because like I was gonna ask, did you run into any like little bumps in the road? Because I know finishing college, it's like your paths can kind of either connect or it's kind of like weave out of control. That's so cool. That's so cool that.
College too. I studied abroad, so like we were together like a year, and then he got like 4 months without Rebecca. We were still together and like talking all the time, but I think absence does make the heart grow fonder. So that would have like made or broke us, and I think it made us stronger. Actually.
Yeah. No. I mean, we've definitely had our challenges. I mean, even I would say the relationship goes through ebbs and flows. And I think one of the things about that is you almost appreciate the down, like the longer you're together, right, and the more you've been through, you almost appreciate the downs as much as you do the highs, because you look back and you reflect on some of those, either constraints that we had, whether it's like an argument or time apart. But I mean, all of those add to, I think, what is a stronger relationship, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, it bonds you in the long run. When you're in the thick of that bad part, it sucks. But
of course,
when you can look back and are like, thank God we broke up for those 7 months, like.
Or like, thank God you got through it.
Well, let me ask here. So when you're in like in like the thick of a negative situation, how can you tell the difference between it being like,
make or break.
This is over, or like, this is just a rough patch, and we can come out of this and look back on it.
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. I'm interested.
I think, and especially with that 7-month break where we were also long distance, in my head I was always like, if we're meant to be, it will work out, and we were always respectful to each other when we were apart, even, which is huge. Like they always say, I don't know, like don't bash your ex. Like you just don't do it, because you did like love them at one time, and we never did that, and we never like spoke badly to each other during that time. I might have spoke badly to you, like, what the F are you doing? like you're breaking us up, and like we don't need to be. But like I don't think I was ever like calling you names or anything.
Yeah, I mean,
putting you down. Like I wasn't doing that.
In other relationships, obviously before you, when it was negative, I don't know. I guess it was just different when we were together and we had those, I don't know, those issues. It was almost like you don't know at the exact moment, because you might be fuming or, trying to analyze what it is that you're actually going through. But, I think with a matter of time, you start to realize that, it's either I don't want to be away from this person, you kind of just feel like you want to make it work. I don't know. I mean, it's all different. You think about the family, how much you've actually done together. Like, is it, then you could roil, like, do I really want to start over? Is this the person? I mean, you kind of go through all those psychoanalytics, but at the end of the day, I think there's just something that tells you that this is home.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
That was well said.
That was beautiful. This is
great.
home. I
Yeah.
like that. Well, I want to find.
I'm ready to be in a relationship now. I want to learn what
I want someone to be my home. I want to
What are
live
these
inside.
This is your home. Are you not good enough for your home? But, hey,
I'm ready to jump in.
Let's
Are you
jump
ready?
into these
Are
two.
you guys ready?
I'm pumped.
Amazing.
I'm
Okay,
pumped.
guys, these are the top 5. I'm used to doing 10. Top 5 tips on how to be in a relationship. Number 5, experience stuff together. Visit new places and try new things together. Doing things for the first time together builds memories, as you will have shared the experience together, and it will give you a lot to reflect on as a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So like, say neither of you have like never been to the zoo before, and like you both go to the zoo and have a blast. Then but like the downside of that is if you break up every time you go to a zoo, you'll be
Oh gosh, I'm
you'll be
thinking
really
about her
upset.
again.
Or you'd be really happy, be like, oh my god, you think about her and you'll miss the person.
It's so cool the times that I've
going
experienced
out
in
on
the past
adventures, yeah.
where I'm with somebody and it's like, oh, we both haven't done this thing, and then we go and do it, and we either simultaneously are like, nah, or it's like, that was awesome. Like, and it happened because I was with this person or dating that person, and that's like a really cool thing.
Yeah.
The power of, like,
Your
experiencing
5
stuff together.
relationships that you were in simultaneously, that was all like during like the college era, or like
It was one for like 2 years in high school, then 5 years all of college, and a little bit after, and then there was like a little bit of a fling, and then there was another 2-year relationship.
Yeah.
So it's like adding up, plus and minus carry the one, like 10 years.
yeah, you almost have to experience new stuff and go to different places, because you can't be in 10 relationships and go to the same coffee shop. You know what I mean?
Have you ever had coffee before?
Yeah,
I know a great
coffee here. Yeah, everyone knows you, and they're like, "Oh God, we got another girl," and then your ex brings her new boyfriend to this coffee shop.
But you know what's so funny about that? There's a lot of people who bring dates or like
It's like the same
the
bar.
same place, and it's like,
yeah.
wait, what are you?
You're an
okay?
idiot. Yeah.
Like,
That's like a control thing though, right? They want to control their like environment for whatever reason, like be comfortable there and like confident.
it's
I'll admit to this.
Because the same places.
In New York, I do have certain date spots that I go to, and you know. So so I do that a lot, but that's outside of like the relationship, aspect of it,
Of course. I think the biggest thing I learned from this is, experiencing stuff with somebody else. It sometimes it's like it makes it even better.
Yeah, it's like keep it fun, right? Keep it fun and new.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because then you'll have new memories and you'll feel good. And
I'm so alone.
It's fine. It's fine. No, but just from my take on this is it could be little things like going to see a movie that you've never seen together, but something that we like to do. I mean, the odd chance and every once in a while that we get weekends to ourselves, or somebody can take the kids, or even going back to when we were younger, we like to travel to cities that we had never been to together. Nice. So we've done Seattle, Chicago, right? And so these are staple places. So it's like anytime somebody says Chicago, it immediately makes it think of like that long weekend we spent eating deep dish pizza and walking around,
and
going
like
to bars.
exploring
the
city.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
So that's those
all right, you could say you've been there. Yeah, that's
And
cool.
One thing I think is probably cool too is the newness and the funness. To do it together, you're two completely different people. You have your own thoughts about the worlds and things that you believe in. So you'll see things in a different way, and that might like open up new avenues of way of thinking or enjoying something, and that's
Right.
really, really cool.
You might learn something about the person in Seattle that you've never learned before. Right.
Where's the joke? Where's it coming? It's coming.
No. No, that wasn't a setup. No, we're good. No,
Okay.
that was just yeah. Wow,
I'm on the edge of
David
my-
really likes deep dish pizza. Something like that. Yeah. Just some weird. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's
That
move
was
on
great.
here.
Experience stuff together.
Experience stuff together. Number 4, confidence and independence. Confidence and independence. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Time away from your partner can be very important. Focusing on your own interests and or career and taking time apart to do things with your friends can help you grow as a person and ultimately makes you a better partner. Equally as important is your partner supporting your independence. Your happiness is not your partner's responsibility. If you are not happy with yourself, how can you expect to be happy with someone else?
This is so important. It's like I think it's something that happens when you
100%.
get older.
I've been with people who weren't 100% with themselves, and they would try to take, whatever I was at to make them feel fulfilled, and when I, wasn't making them feel 100, they kind of lashed out at me, and it wasn't.
Totally. Or there's the other part. The other end of it is like somebody specifically wants their person to do everything that they do.
Right.
And sometimes that's not totally realistic. I know for me, this tip kind of brings up the like how important it is to be comfortable with yourself too. I know for me personally, that's where I'm at. Like really, really like loving myself and stuff. But because if you can do that, like it'll make being with another person so much better.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're not adhering or trying to like be the best thing for them. You're just being you. Yeah. Yeah. This is great.
That's nice. And support the independence too. If say David wants to go to the movies and Rebecca doesn't, David's like, I still want to go to the movies. It's okay to go to the movies by yourself, right? But there's also a line, because if David was like, I'm going to clown school and I'm quitting my job.
You have a family, David.
There's only so much. Why don't you support me? Right. There's only so much. There's a certain line, I think. Yeah.
Within reason, right? You support your partner.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not supporting them to go date other women either. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't support me cheating on you? You don't support. Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna take out the girl from work. No, not happening.
Exactly.
Well,
Absolutely.
You should support.
There's a line.
Yeah,
there's a line.
Yeah, there is a line.
There's definitely a line.
You don't
in
support me
confidence
cheating?
and independence.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think what we're getting at is confidence and independence. Independence in the way that you're with somebody that doesn't mean that you're acting as if you're not with this person.
Yeah.
You have these things that you enjoy in life, and that
and
respect.
also I've been with people where like if I'm at work, they'll just blow my phone up, and I'm like, let me be at work, and then let me tell you about my day. We don't have to be up each other's, down each other's throats all day. And the person that I've experienced with would, if I didn't text her or whatever because I was working or doing something else, they just like honestly didn't want to text her right now because we were texting every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
They would get upset because they needed that attention, that constant attention.
You know what I think that if this is I think that,
that's
No. Go ahead. No.
When they're in a relationship, they feel like we're one now, right? Like you're not one. Like you said, you're still two separate people.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna be attracted to the other person if they don't have their own things going on. And especially when you've been together 20 years like us, like we have to both keep evolving to like be interesting. Like if I'm just sitting here like bringing him his slippers and his drink every night and his food and like everything is about us, like it's not attractive, right? So it's like that's like a robot. So you have to fulfill yourself with your like goals and things like that as well.
Yeah,
and it's all for like the good of the whole relationship.
Right, and not just from my standpoint, but I think something that we went through that was very significant is once, we got married and decided that we wanted to have children, it became very difficult for us both to have a full-time job.
Right.
We decided that Rebecca would stay home and, raise the kids. But at the same time, as the kids got older, we both agreed, like, there's something important to Rebecca having something outside of, just being at home, right? Not wanting her to, wake up 10 years from now and kind of say, hey, like, what about me? Mm-hmm. So, we talked about that. Rebecca kind of rediscovered a passion with real estate, got into real estate, because that was a flexible thing. She could do, the brokerage with, time at home. Slightly flexible. No, it is. But at the same time, that part of her life started to get more serious. I had to be cognizant of that and start to make sacrifices, kind of turned around, because now it's not just about me and my career. I have to be able to be there so that you can do the same thing with your career.
Right.
Now that's become, we've worked out of one role and now we're into another role, and it's, you got to support each other that way.
Exactly. Support is like the big word.
Yeah, support. And also, I think one thing I'm also gathering is, like, it's not like your life ends or your ambitions end just because you're with this person. They evolve as much as you are as a person. It's same simultaneously with that person. That's really important. I think it's like a great segue to the next topic, because the next topic is all about communication and compromise.
Number 3, everybody.
Number 3, we're in the top 3. Telling your partner how you feel is just as important about listening to your partner. Avoiding difficult subjects in their entirety leads to assumptions. Animosity can build. Find a common ground. Come from a place of empathy. And know that sometimes you may need to make sacrifices, but hopefully your partner will make them sometimes as well. Being respectful to each other is key. Yeah.
Don't let things build up. Talk about it. Work through it, because you
don't be afraid of that conflict.
Right.
Because if you're meant to be, you will work through it and you'll push through it. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you can always, there's always those times where you've done something to piss them off, and they're boiling over there. You can see them; they're not making eye contact.
It's the body language. Yeah. Oh, the energy. Yeah.
And everything in you wants to tell you to be like, yeah, no, screw them. Don't give them the time of day. But you got to man up. You got to say, what's wrong? Come on.
Right.
Piles and then piles.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then at first, if it's something that could be easily talked about and dealt with, like, you should approach it like that. Otherwise, it could, become something that's just never spoken about, and you get resentful, and then it becomes poisonous, and then it turns into like a whole other thing. And
it feels like such an incredible bedrock for all of this. It's like a building block for, like, if you communicate or if you compromise on how you're communicating, everything else is going to follow. The trust, the enjoyment, the fun of having experience.
Yeah,
and all that other stuff.
And this is I another reason why I think women are incredible is women have this ability to literally say, like, David coughed the wrong way and Rebecca got mad. You have the ability to literally change the entire energy in the room. And guys are like what's happening right now?
Atoms are shifting in the air.
Yeah.
It's like, am I in the Matrix?
Literally,
what is happening?
It's body language, like it's a whole thing.
Or we all know it.
Yeah.
A look.
Yeah. Just a look or a non-look or like
a non-look.
Like an almost look, but like they kind of hide their, like, eyeball with, like, a strand of hair, but they know that you're looking at them, but, like, they not, and you're just like, what is going on?
They're not facing you, but, like, they're doing something and they stop.
Yeah.
You hear, like, you see their head.
Yeah.
Look, and then just keep doing it. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh my God. A man will try to justify what's going on right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. Well, I'm not revealing secrets or nothing.
Every single relationship has that, though, right? Has those little quirks.
You look shorter than me because you're.
Because you know each other so well.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, you got secrets on the podcast now? You can't.
I know you look shorter than me because you're slouching.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, well, we just really need the top of your heads. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. You guys are just getting shorter and shorter as it goes on. Yeah, nice. That's good. Yeah, talk it out. Yeah, you should be able to, and if you're with that person, you should be able to say anything and deal with anything, you know?
Also, I think it's not realistic to think that every single thing is going to go as you think it is. And I think that's where the compromise comes in. It's being really honest with working through it and give and take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work through it. I like it. All right, let's move on.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 2,
top two. Maybe I don't want to be in a relationship anymore. All right, number 2, humility. Okay? Nobody's perfect, especially yourself. Being able to recognize and acknowledge you are wrong is just as important as standing up for yourself. It can also be fun to recognize some bad habits and faults between you and your partner to make light of them. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Alex, this is the follow-up to your not wanting to have communication and compromise, right? Right. I feel like maybe sometimes it's hard to say,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. Or you were right and I was wrong.
Say it with salt, Alex. I'm sorry.
Right. All right. So I'm not perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
That's closer.
Exactly. You're
Let's
sweating.
all recognize that.
Oh, my mother lied to me?
Oh, God.
I'm not the most handsomest? Okay.
I'm not the best catch in the whole wide world.
She said my hair looked great and I'd have it forever. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Humility. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody is perfect.
Love you, Mom.
It's got their faults. I mean, should we go around the group and recognize a fault that we each have?
Yeah, let's do it.
Rebecca said no. Because
Yeah, let's do it. All right, I'll go first. No, you go first.
Me?
Yeah, you go first.
Me? Well, I was actually going to bring this up. I was like, okay,
yeah.
One of the things is that I have a specific career and of being an actor, and I've let me being in a relationship and me not communicating or compromising and saying this is one of the most important things to me. I think that's kind of messed with some of the energy with some of my last relationships, and I have either had these dips of lack of energy towards it because I gotta make this person happy, but I don't know if that makes sense. Does it make sense? It's a fault that I have to not totally speak up and be this is important to me, and it is the end all for me, and I want to find somebody to be able to be there with me for it, but
yeah.
But you should be able to find someone that's supportive of that. You guys are still in your 20s, and I think you need to meet the right person who would support that, right? Because that's a huge passion of yours. You're not going to be happy if you don't try your hardest to fulfill that passion.
And it's not necessarily realistic that you're going to start dating somebody and they're going to be give up the thing that you love most.
Right.
To be with me. That is.
But the humility aspect of it is that you recognize that could be a burden on a relationship, right?
Yeah.
You realize that could be, I mean, it's not that you necessarily have to do something about it, but realizing that, something that you're doing is causing your partner some distaste or trouble, and at least recognizing it is kind of at least going halfway.
And be upfront with your goals, right? And say like I really like you, but this is really always going to be high priority for me.
That's so important. And actually, David, I'm glad you brought that up because while I was speaking, it was obvious that I wasn't able to say that this is something that could be like hard to go through if I'm traveling or this or that or and like thank you for saying that because it's owning your shit or even the things that you love to do and have to share with people.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
When I travel for work sometimes, I've been in situations where the person I was with wasn't supportive of me traveling around and doing what I do for work and whatnot, and it's a little stressful, it strains it out a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely find someone who's on your team and supports you with that. Yeah.
So would you say that that's your fault that you would like to recognize here? You're not getting away from this.
I was
Did we not establish I was perfect? No, one of my faults is, I definitely feel like in certain situations I gotta open up a little more. And there have been times when I've been closed off when I shouldn't have been and need to take things a little more seriously when I didn't. And, yeah.
Cool. Hey, good for you.
All right. No. Otherwise, I'm perfect. Okay, your turn.
So I have a tendency, and I would say that this might be one of the harder things that we battle with is it's kind of a combination of not being able to say no or like just commit to like a decision. So it'll be like, oh, what time are you coming home? Oh, I'll be home. Or, what are we doing today? I don't know. What are we doing? What are they?
He's like a commitment phobe when it comes to plans.
Yeah.
Right?
But once the plan's set, I'm good. But like, I always want to keep
he wants to keep his options open.
Yeah.
Please choose for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotcha.
And I snore.
Oh, and he snores a lot.
Same.
Yeah,
snore life.
Yeah,
snore gang.
That must be a long hair thing. You guys have like the same length of hair now, I think. Look at that. David, you just need a white strip on the side of your head there, and then you guys would be good.
Anna from Frozen.
Nice.
It's literally some Frozen shit going on right
Some Elsa, some like rogue X-Men stuff.
Exactly. When I first met him, I was like, "That's weird that you just kind of dye that one piece," and he's like, "No, it's birth.
It's all natural,
it's
sir.
all natural." Yeah. Nice.
All right.
Okay, Rebecca.
Last.
Yeah, let's
you're
hear
not
it.
getting out of this.
Let's hear it.
Well, you literally called me a narcissist yesterday.
Nice.
I was like driving my kids to school.
Oh yeah, this is classic. Come on.
Okay, I'm driving my kids to school and I'm on the road and my gas is like dash. It's not even like 5 miles to empty. There's like no color in the gas part. And I usually like on top of my gas and Dave is the one to be like, oh, we got like an eighth of a tank. We're good for like 90 miles, right? Yeah. So immediately I'm like driving, my girls are like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm freaking out. We have no gas. We might not get to school. So I call Dave and I'm like, there is no gas in this car. This is totally your fault. But meanwhile, I drove the car all day.
The day before. But it was my fault.
But I was like instantly mad at him because that's how he usually operates. Like, it didn't even make sense. So we've been together a long time, and like sometimes he puts up with some crazy shit. So I get with like that stuff with me, like the panic moments. And I came home and he's like, "You're being a real narcissist there." And I was like, "Wow." I was. I'm sorry.
Because I'm like, what was the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna run out of gas, and I'm 5 minutes away. I'm gonna drive and help you out like this.
Yeah, but I was in like full on panic mode. And then I get like mad at him.
Classic.
We're perfect. You and I. We're perfect.
We're all perfect.
We're all perfect.
Humility, guys.
Humility.
Own the things. Own
Exactly.
the things. We've made it to the final tip.
We're in the number one tip
The
here with
number
relationships.
one tip on how to be in a relationship is physical presence, touching, and romance. It's not all about sex.
Okay.
It's not all about sex, but when it is, spend the time to understand your partner's needs and preferences. When not in the bedroom, it is still important to stay physically connected in some way. Find a way to make contact in either a serious or joking manner. For example, a hug or holding hands, or a date just the two of you. Life gets busy and we have many social obligations, but it is important to connect both physically and mentally to keep the love alive. Absolutely.
That's right. Little, you gotta have your own little things that.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if you. It's such a huge like famous thing that like people like swear by it. You know, everybody's got their like astrology signs and all that stuff. But there's this famous like book and online quiz called Your Love Languages, and like there's gift giving or receiving. There is words of affirmation.
What certain people like to.
But yeah, like how they communicate or receive love. And there's like, I know mine is physical touch and quality time, you know?
Right.
And it's like, that's where I find the love. But it's like that reminded, I like this as the first tip because it's like, let me ask here. Do you guys, what do you guys do personally to, you know, what is your, how do you guys stay physically connected?
You are such a creep. No.
You guys got your own little personal cute quirks or whatever that you guys do together.
Of course.
That's what I meant, okay? God, you narcissist.
No, I'll say like we do still like have sex. We've been together 20 years. We have 2 kids. We're tired. Like,
Okay.
but we definitely have sex, and we make a point like if it's been a week, one of us, and it's not always just one of us, like it's either him or I, is like, it's been a while.
You tackle the person.
And even if
you
you're
It's been a while, yeah,
Since we've had
sex,
sex
and
tonight.
I'm gonna tackle you right now. It's been a while. I'm gonna tackle you, and we're gonna have some sex. You know what? We're gonna come out with our T-shirts, and the T-shirts are gonna be "We definitely have sex." That's what it is. That's our first T-shirt line.
And it goes all the way down to the
We
crotch.
definitely have sex. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And then on the back, it's "I'm gonna tackle you." Yeah. So.
I feel like that becomes a problem in a lot of like long-term relationships, is like someone is like, we don't have to do that anymore. And it's so not true. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm like annoyed with the snoring and like the little whatevers and we have sex, I'm like, what's my problem? Like, it's cool. We're good. You know what I mean? Like, you need to have that physical connection. And then other things besides just the sex is like, we hug probably like, and like kiss, but not like make out in front of our kids, but just like a hug, like a couple times a day.
Yeah, even like goofing around. It's like,
Yeah.
you're walking by each other. Don't be afraid just to make contact, even stupid, or like, I mean, when we're both afraid to walk up the stairs in front of the other person because we're afraid the other one's gonna poke the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little butt poke. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Stairs, we're like, why don't you go? Why don't you go? And it's, we're like bracing ourselves for an inappropriate contact. But
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. That's good.
Good. Yeah, I've walked up the stairs in front of David before, and it's been weird. Yeah. It's usually right after he has a whole deep dish pizza to himself. Yeah.
it's intoxicating.
It's intoxicating.
My goodness.
Were those the top 5 tips right
Dude,
there?
I'm ready to be in a relationship right now.
I want to do a relationship right now. And
I want to do one.
I want to
do relationship stuff.
I want to do a relationship. I want to poke butts, and I want to definitely have
I want
sex.
to tackle my significant other because we haven't had sex in a week.
Exactly. Hey, well, those were the top 5 tips on how to be in a relationship, everybody.
Absolutely. This was so great. I hope you learned a lot. I know I did. It's so nice
what was your favorite tip?
Well, I don't think it was a tip. I think it was a moment when Alex said that he's not perfect. That was great.
What? What?
No,
Okay.
No. You know what? I think it had to do like confidence and independence. Because you're not just one thing. You're two people making this thing that together turns into its own thing, you know?
Yeah.
And the importance of just, being proud of who you are and being proud of them and making compromises. I love that.
Absolutely. Do you guys have any final relationship thoughts that weren't on here?
No, I just want to say, as your sister-in-law, I'm honored that you asked us to do this call, because I feel like that means that you think we're in like a nice, healthy relationship, and I appreciate that.
I really do. You guys are great. And it's been a while since I've had sex, and I'm gonna tackle you. It's been a while.
Not missing you. He was talking about our tackling. She was like,
I miss you.
You getting tackled when I get home.
Oh my God.
No,
I've loved you guys forever, and you guys are honestly. I look up to you both with everything in life, because you guys are in the next stage than me, and you've done great, and I'm glad that you guys are part of the family for sure.
oh, thanks, buddy.
It was so nice. Nice to meet you guys and to hear your personal stories and your advice. It's so helpful.
Yeah. Now go tackle each other.
Wait a second. You filled up the gas? I'll see you upstairs in 2 minutes.
You upstairs. I filled the gas tank up, baby. Yay!
The kids are at school. I filled the gas tank.
That's it.
Put on your cleats and football gear. I'm tackling you.
I got a full tank of gas in the car. Let's drive around.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Do you want to plug any of your social media or any of your real estate stuff? Or
Nope.
No. We're just like,
okay.
Okay.
That's the new. I'm gonna drive by and it'd be like a real estate sign outside the. That's it. We're coming out with new business cards. Tackling the competition. Right? Something like that.
Amazing.
All right, well,
guys,
hey, thank you for watching the Men of Doozy podcast, everybody.
we hope you learned something, and please be sure to tune in to next week's episode. We have 2 more episodes of dating and relationships.
And check out us on YouTube.
We're on
Instagram, that's where the party is. We're posting every day.
And be sure to share the podcast with your friends. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Google, Pandora, I believe.
Oh, yeah. And if there's something that you think you can teach us that we could learn and in turn teach you back, hit us up. Hit us up. And just remember, you're perfect, okay?
You're perfect. Communicate,
You're perfect.
compromise, humility,
and physical touch and romance. Tackle.
We
New T-shirt merch. We definitely have sex is coming out
it's
next
coming
fall.
in next fall.
Next fall.
Love it.
Exactly. All right, we'll see you next episode, everyone. We love you.
Love you guys. Bye.
Woo!
Woo!